Right then, hello and welcome to part 2 Kawasaki Eliminator EL250, trying to get it roadworthy. So I hope you watched part 1. Part 2, I have actually received 2 times spark plugs in the post, and also an oil filter, because I did have a look at the oil and it looks a little bit thin to me. Makes me think there might be a bit of petrol in there, and it's a bit high. So maybe, possibly, petrol can get in sometimes through the carburetors and through the piston rings. It does happen, it's not unheard of. So I'm going to change the oil and change the spark plugs. I'm going to take these spark plugs out first, let it breathe a bit, because I'm thinking there's going to be quite a lot of quite a lot of petrol moisture in there. Forgot then, which I don't want on these new plugs, yeah, because I want it to start. I'm quite confident it's going to go. I'm not quite 100% confident, but I am very confident. I think new plugs it'll go. Hopefully it'll run perfectly as well. So yeah, I'm just going to get the camera. I'm just going to show you the oil window, yeah, the oil level window, and you can see it sloshing about a bit. And show you what I mean by it seems a bit thin. Right, so I'll just show you there. You can just see it in the window, the oil level there. And I'll just move it a bit. See what I mean? It just moves like really, like it's petrol virtually. So I'm definitely going to drain that out in a minute. Put the new filter in. Fill it back up. I've got some 1040s. Brand new oil. And then get the plugs in. I'll take the plugs out first actually before, so there's the plugs. Take the plugs out before the oil change, and I'm just going to leave it with no plugs in, and then hopefully petrol moisture will evaporate and hopefully it'll go. Fingers crossed. Right then, I've just took the spark plugs out. Coils, you've got to remove the coils on this to access the spark plugs, or to actually get them out. To get the coil caps out, you have to remove the coils. What I'm thinking is, I'm going to drain the carbs as well, because what I want to do is spin the engine with no fuel coming through, and then hopefully it'll be nice and dry in there, no petrol moisture, which will help it to start more easily with the new plugs. So we just need to drain the carb again. If you've seen part 1, you'll have noticed that I did. Quite easy, lovely Allen key screws, which are really, really good. Less time to rounding them off. So that's one done. You should see fuel coming out. There it goes. Yeah. So what I'll do is just leave them. No, what I'll do, let it drain, and then I'll tighten it back up. I was thinking I'll leave them open, but then you've just got to get the Allen key bolt back on it again, haven't you? The Allen key socket even. So that'll do. Get it straight just in case. Tighten it back up. So like I said, I'm doing this before the oil change, so it hopefully gets any petrol moisture out. Because you've been trying to start, fuel's been going through, and there will be fuel in there. So ideally, it's like a dry gas by the time it gets into here, and that's when it burns better. You know, it's just air and a bit of petrol in there. Sometimes I've known you can put a Bunsen burner down the spark plug cap. It just sounds a bit crazy, but you can do that, and the fuel that's in there is literally go, but then it's dry in there. Yeah, so there's more chance of it sparking at the gases as they're coming through. Right, this one's more fiddly. Way more fiddly. But yeah, didn't do too bad. It's on. Get an extension. So look, so fuel again. Fuel's coming out. Put it straight. Just had a quick look at the camera then, just making sure you can actually see the fuel. You think you can do. Just making sure the angle was right. That's it, run out, no fuel in there now. Just double check this one, definitely tightened it, didn't I then? Definitely tightened it. Right, now it's going to drop the oil. Right, then here goes. Tight. Bloody hell. Right way, innit? Bloody hell, that's tight. Flipping heck. Whoa. It's like flipping petrol, that. Blimey. That ain't good. Why would it do that? It's the carbs are clean, I don't understand. There's a fuel filter anyway. The oil filter even, not a great deal in there. Or, oh, maybe that's just for that. Ah, right. Yeah, that's just for the filter. Another one here. I was gonna say, like, bloody hell, that's probably never been off or something. Someone's tightened it by a frigging mile. Look at that. Been like tipping petrol, isn't it? That is not good. Really, really not good. Quite a lot of it. Straighten the bike out to get that last bit out. So yeah, that oil definitely wanted to come out and get some proper oil in there. So I don't know why it's filled the bottom end with petrol when the carbs were clean. That's a bit strange, that. But yeah, maybe a float stuck on or something, you just don't really know. But yeah, if you get it going, just a good ride might sort it out with the right oil in it. Get them floats moving, get them carbs working. You know, they like to be used, might sort it anyway. Right then, gloves on. Woohoo! Have we got the right oil filter? Blimey. Ooh. That's on the top. I think there's anything else fell in there. Ah. Looks the same size. Should be right. I got it off eBay. Probably a copy. It's not going to be Kawasaki, is it? Looks about right. Yeah. Holes are the same size on each side with rubbers. So that's just popped straight on there. I'll give this a wipe. I'll give that a wipe, just in case there's any bits on it. So there's no new rubbers. Obviously there's a huge O-ring here, but you can reuse and reuse them as many times as you want, really. Sometimes you do get one. So there we go. That goes in there. Nice and easy. Oh, say easy, it's not gripping. Come on. Normally easy. Normally go straight in, easy peasy then. So I won't be tightening it as tight as I did last, as tight as the last person tightened it. It's obviously way over tightened. I'm not torquing it. You could torque it, but I've got good torque in my hands. Right. What did I do with the sump plug there? That's got a nice like aluminium sort of squish washer thing on there. You have to have one of them in copper or aluminium, yeah, otherwise it won't seal. Ideally you would change it, but I have got copper washers. I could put a copper one on, but I'm not going to change it. I think it'll work absolutely perfectly with no leaks. Right, it's getting fiddly, can't find the sump. Can't find the thread, but it should be on the ramp. But I do enjoy it. I've said this before, I love working on motorcycles, but I also love doing it in the sun. You know, that's the good bit. I found it. Not too tight, just a bit of a pull, you know. Don't over tighten it. Don't under tighten it. Doesn't seem to. Oh, it says 1.9 litres. So well, what we'll do, put 1.9 litres of 1040s in a jug and pour it in. Hey, right, I've got exactly 1.9 litres, 1900 millilitres, and it should be easy enough to get it in a oil cap. Left it well tight, everything in it. Oh, God, that's not been off for a while, has it? Just to give that a little clean. Yeah, clean the jug as well thoroughly with a piece of toweling, so there's no bits going in there. Should fill up quite quickly. Have I definitely put some plug in? Yes, I have. Have I definitely put the oil filter in? Yes, I have. So it shouldn't come straight out the bottom. Funnel should hold itself in. It shouldn't suddenly throw itself out. This lovely golden oil going in. Look at that. Oh, mixed up a tiny bit then. Lovely. Beautiful. This bike's going to love me. Hopefully in a minute it's going to run like a brand spanking new one. Fingers crossed. Fuck, spilled a bit. We will check the window as well. Never just throw oil in, or, you know, always check your window as well and just double check it's at the right level. Or your dipstick if you've not got one. You don't really need that just yet. Right then, so there's the window. So have a look, I'll straighten it out, see what it does. Oh, it's flipping out. Oh no. See, it wants a bit more of that, I think. Oh no, it's there. Bloody hell, might be a bit much, but once it goes through the oil filter, it might be perfect. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Right, I'll just drain this oil, because if I stand on this and it goes everywhere, I'm completely screwed. So yeah, go and get it drained into an old oil container. Right there, and that oil is out the way and safe. Put the cap on. So like I said before, I'm going to spin this over now. No plugs in and no fuel in the carbs. Should have a charged battery because it's been charging all weekend. Right, I'll do. Don't want to fasten the battery. Plugs. Nope, on the floor. 2 plugs. So yeah, let's get these in. Let's see if it's a runner. Right then, plugs are in. So just need a fuel tank. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right, and turn the fuel on. Reserve fuel. Give it a few seconds. Shouldn't come pouring out the bottom. And will it go? I think it will. I'm very confident it'll go. I'm just hoping and praying it's going to run absolutely perfect once it's warmed up. And I didn't know on part 1 there was like a sort of petrol oil mix in the bottom. It is a bit worrying, like I just said, but hopefully it's going to be alright. It's just from it being left for years and years and years. You know, it's hardly been used since about 2011 or something. So it's just literally done a few hundred miles. So here's a big moment. Full choke, no revs, no revs. Yeah, you're normally better in no revs. Keep the bike straight. You're better straight than on the stand. That was quick, that. Hoping it would carry on ticking over. Not great, is that full choke again? Rev straight away first, isn't it? Not give it any revs yet. That's no choke. Hopefully that's just all that moist, sort of petrol moisture just being thrown out. Whilst the tick over up a bit. Hopefully the smoke should clear. If it doesn't clear, we've got problems, haven't we? Last owner could have been riding it with that petrol-y oil, which won't have done it any good whatsoever, you never know. Probably wants the bike just taking out, give it a bit of Italian tuning, and if it doesn't clear, the engine could be a bit knackered, but fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed. Oh God. Right, I'm just going to leave it ticking over for about 10 minutes and see where we're at then. Right then, it's in about 10 minutes ticking over, and it's ticking over absolutely perfect and lovely. One thing I've noticed, the fan hasn't put in yet, but it might not get warm enough yet. There's no temperature gauge, seems to have cleared, which is really good. And I was just having a think then, it's not got a gravity, though it has got a gravity fed petrol switch. So if that's been left on, it could literally just been drip feeding it petrol right through the whole engine down into the bottom end. If it'd been a vacuum like petrol tap, obviously that wouldn't have happened, but I know it's not got a vacuum petrol tap or petrol switch. So that is probably what the cause is, not necessarily a carburetor problem. I would say it's something as basic as not turning your fuel off when you leave it, and if it's been left for God knows how long, 200 miles in 10 years, you know, how long has that flipping fuel been left on? So it's been drip feeding in. You know, if you use it every day, probably won't make any difference. But yeah, on my other bike, CB4 before, you've seen on other videos, that's gravity fed. I always turn it off, even if I just go to the shop or anywhere I leave it, I always turn it off. Because these old bikes do tend to leak a little bit. That's always good practice, just turn it off. But yeah, ticking over well that. No smoke whatsoever. Perfect. So now, start cleaning the thing and getting everything working, get the front brake working, grease the clutch cable, jet wash it, get it MOT'd and go for a blast hopefully. Yeah! Right then, cheapo degreaser off eBay. About £11 for a big container like that. You don't need gunk, expensive gunk. You certainly don't want the water-based gunk, because that's a load of rubbish. If you do get gunk, get the tin stuff. I just get the cheapest stuff. Normally, when you look on eBay, they've sold thousands and thousands of them. It means it's the best products. I always look at that. Have they sold thousands of them? That'll do. Great stuff, this. And the bike is pretty oily and messy. This will get it absolutely lovely. Should have a glove on. It's probably not the best stuff for your skin, like it's leaking a bit. Just wants a new spray, but the only one I've got. Right, and that is all thoroughly degreased, and even put a bit of traffic film remover, really watered down at the end, because it can stain that stuff, but it does remove virtually everything except grease. So yeah, next thing, get it jet washed. Right then, let's get jet washing. Oh. Huh. Hose pipe, hose, you have to bleed them through sometimes when you sit working. There we go. More like it.
material in the airbox inlets.
Stuff it in. Get them wheels off the ground, get them spinning, get them jet washed. Sure, this is jack, well I know this jack's getting low on jack oil, but I left my car on it for 2 days the other day while I had a crack in the alloy. Don't think it's doing any good. What's this? Right, it's come up well shiny. I'm well happy with it. Look at that back wheel. It's always going to look better though when it's wet than when it dries off. When they dry off they do get that sort of dull look again sometimes, but there's ways of getting around that with polishes and oils. GC85, that's a good one. Waxes, all that sort of stuff. Just wants a good old polish now by hand, get it looking really good. So let's show it you properly. Yeah, so all this black plastic and wiring, which was absolutely caked in sort of ming, but it's now well clean. Yeah, you can't, well I can polish this maybe, but like, you know, jet wash ain't going to get that any better. But yeah, nearly all the oil's gone. 11,000 miles of it, probably never been jet washed. Yeah, and that's what it's done, 11,957. So that's like 30 years of muck, that, 'cause it's a 1994. Yeah, back wheel, front wheel even's got a few rust spots, but they'll come out with white wool. Just white wool it. You can see this has lost its blackness, but we can do something about that. Like, you know, I have got stuff like back to black sort of stuff. You know, all around here is nice. So I will auto sol it. You know, all this will be treated. Get it all looking like new again. This side's looking pretty goddamn good. Yeah, so all around that suspension there is a bit of rust there, which I might put some paint on. I might just leave it, let people just see what they're getting. You know, it's not really going to affect the value. Just hope we didn't get any water down there. I should have put a screw in there really, but I forgot. So yeah, all this it'll all clean up, you know, I'll get a bit of autosol on that. So yeah, just got to do it by hand now. I'm just going to quickly see, will it still start? Let's hope so. Right then, just stuck the tank back on. Give it a bit of cleaning underneath, just clean it with GC85, and let's see if it starts. Of course it will start. Seems to be bogging very slightly, but I'm not too bothered by that just yet, because it might just want riding and warming up. You know, once it gets going, that fuel, you know, there's a bit of off fuel in there, might put some depower in it, proper fuel, might jump into life, you know. Should be alright, fingers crossed it's going to be right once we ride it. I think it will be. I'm pretty confident. Well, yeah, well, 99.9% confident it's going to be right. So, yeah. Right then. This was like a potion I made the other week. There's already quite a bit on the cloth, and it's actually linseed oil, which I actually tried boiling myself, because you meant to use boiled apparently, with a bit of white spirit in it. But it's absolutely fantastic for back to black. So watch this, yeah. Look at that. See? Makes it look brand new again. It should actually stay like this for a good while. I found this online, a bit of a Google search. And it's fucking brilliant. So really you should use boiled linseed oil, and I think you use about 20% white spirit terps. Gives you that new look again. It's brilliant. It should protect it hopefully. Look at that, eh? that is a star. Yeah. Paint it on. Yeah, good stuff. Right then, I'm just going to show you how to hydraulically oil a clutch cable, and these literally get it like brand new again. Yeah, so first things first, yeah, make sure the nipple is right in like that. Yeah, then you need to get these out. So this slides over there. It should work just about. With that bend can make it a bit hard sometimes, but it should just about work. Let's pull that out a little bit. So you want that one on, the rubber one on, and then the other metal one. Put it all in. Right, so that's going in. Tighten that up, so that'll squeeze that rubber and make a seal around this metal's bend. Then fill it with oil. So this is like the plunger. Any oil do, even if used oil, any oil really. Just engine oil I tend to use, but honestly, even olive oil is flipping better than nothing. Any oil, even diesel will do it, because diesel does have a lubricant in it. Any oil's better than flipping no oil, especially when it's actually seized up and there's rust in there. Right, so then you screw the plunger down like that. I've got to put this camera on the other end so you should see oil coming out the bottom of the cable. Right, so oil should start coming out here, through here, yeah? If it starts doing that, we know we've got oil right down the entire cable, so start winding it in. And winding it in, shouldn't take long. There you go. Hey! Definitely got plenty of oil right down the entire cable, should make a lovely, lovely clutch. Right, so now, take the plunger back out. Take the top off the oil, pour it back. Yeah, take that off there. Right, so now I've just put it back together. Still just wants adjusting, so just adjust it up. Hopefully we're gonna have a nice clutch. These screws here, what we need to adjust, so have we actually got that much adjustment really? Not that much. Put it on the max, I think. That's a lot nutted, and we'll do the top now. Right then, what's that feel like? Oh, feels really good actually. Should have about 2 mil of play, they say. That's flipping brilliant. That's like a brand new clutch there. 2 mil. You know, flipping brilliant. Perfect clutch, perfect choke. Throttle's perfect. It's looking good. Yeah. Right, it's 7:30 now. Sun's gone down, so you can just really see how nice it is, because the sun was just ruining the camera lens before. So yeah, I'm well happy with it. It looks flipping well nice, really. Looks near enough like it's new. So that new look, I put a little bit of paint down there, just sprayed a bit on, clean the seat up. Oh, flipping well nice. So I'm really happy. It's going to making a lovely little bike. Still got to do something with them shockers. Pretty rusty there. That'll just wire brush end on the drill. You know, obviously still got to do the rear brake, front brake, sorry. But yeah, really happy. I am missing a panel here. Might make one yet, or just leave it like that. You don't really notice it that much. Show you the other side. That was never with it when I bought it. That one's there. That tank's just absolutely lovely. Original, not a mark on it. Yeah. So that's it for part 2. And like I just said, really happy with it. It's come absolutely lovely. I just knew it would. I know a bike with this mileage, so little use, it just wants a bit of love. That's all it wanted. It's going to make an absolutely fantastic bike. I'm well confident. I'm happy to have got to the bottom of that petrol leak as well. Fuel is now off. Just got to remember, turn that fuel off. The petrol leaking through the pistons, through the rings, into the bottom end. And as long as the fuel's off, I don't think it'll do it again. I think it's just been left with the fuel on for years, like I said. So yeah, just front brake, that'll be part 3, MOT, and then go out for a ride on it. Hopefully it'll run perfectly. So yeah, that's it for part 3. So yeah, I'm gonna say good night everybody, and thank you very much for watching. Shut up to my neighbour.
Good night, Tim, we love you.